In our desire to reinvent ourselves in our fifth decade, we have to pause and look at what we're doing every single day because we have to be intentional about how we spend our time because everything that we do creates our reality. And what we do today will either set us up for success tomorrow or, yes, even failure. So, in this video, I want to talk about the 5 things I do every single day to make certain that one, I'm reinventing myself and creating the life that I truly want, and that I'm walking in my purpose. Because habits can either help you propel you forward or they can hold you hostage and cause you to feel stuck and frustrated. So let's jump into 5 things that I do every single day that may help you if you incorporate them into your daily routine as well. And for those of you who I don't know, I'm Coach Natalie. I help women in their fifth decade go from feeling stuck to unstuck, gaining that momentum and becoming unstoppable in pursuing their goals, their aspirations, and their dreams. And in your fifth decade, it is the best time to pivot, the best time to reassess and reinvent and rewrite your story so that you can have success now and in the years to come. And so, your habits, y'all, this is something that's so important that we rarely take time to evaluate. But here's the thing, it's a quote by Jim Quick, one of my favorite coaches and authors. And he said, your habits, you create them, but then they create you. That is key because you first start off building a habit unknowingly or knowingly. And then once it becomes a habit and it's ingrained in you, it starts to build and create your reality. So if your habits are holding you hostage, causing you to feel stuck and frustrated, like you going in circles like the Israelites, you need to take a look at them because you don't want to continue doing those habits that are not helping you. And then now you in your 60s, your 70s, and your 80s, and you're like, what the heck happened? Right? Here's a time for you to pause and assess if they're helping you or holding you hostage. And I like to think of habits into 2 categories: life giving habits and life draining habits. Those life draining habits, they literally drain the life out of you, your goals, your dreams, and it makes you feel stuck. But life giving habits are empowering and they propel you forward and they help you to grow. So let's jump into 5 things I do every single day without fail. Because why? It's a habit that I do every day to make certain that I'm walking in my purpose, that I'm aligned with the vision for my life, and that I'm growing into the woman who is unstoppable. So I remember the 5 things I'm going to give to you. They're called grace. Grace. Who doesn't need more grace? If you can remember the word grace, you can remember these 5 things. So, grace is an acronym. G stands for ground yourself. That's the first thing I do. I get grounded with my Father. I connect with my source, the Most High. You may call him God, I call him the Most High. I get grounded and centered by connecting to my source, the source who gives me life, the source who gives me strength, the source who gives me the ability to create and live life the way that brings joy and honor to him. That's what I do first thing in the morning. And I call it owning my morning because I do it at least between 4 a.m. and 7 a.m., depending on what's going on for the day. I want to do it first thing in the morning so that I am connected because I know it sets the tone for the rest of the day. And when I'm grounding myself, I'm either praying, reading the scriptures, confessing my sin, journaling, singing, worshiping, whatever is on my heart to connect with my source. It is so important. Many of us wake up late, right? And we don't connect with our source and we run through our day chaotic and hectic and wondering why we feeling frustrated and wondering why we're not achieving our goals because we didn't get grounded. So the first thing is ground yourself. The second letter is R, review your goals. That's right. You in your fifth decade, you need to have some goals, right? You need to have some dreams that you are working on, that you're pursuing. Now, I know you're working in corporate America, me too. But I have goals that I have for personal fulfillment. It's not always about climbing the corporate ladder and having that professional achievement. It's also about having fulfillment in my personal goals. Maybe it's for you writing your book, or maybe it's starting that entrepreneur journey, or maybe it's leaving a legacy for your daughter or for your children. Whatever it is, you've got to spend time being intentional and work on it. So, reviewing your goals every single day is important. Some people review their goals every year, every 6 months. I review my goals every single day because I want to make certain that I'm on track. Because before you know it, if you don't review it, before you know it, it's the end of the year and you're like, I didn't lose that weight that I wanted to lose. I didn't write that book and now a whole year has passed. Don't let that be you, sis. Review your goals every single day. Now, the third letter is A. Align with your loved ones. So for me, it's aligning with my husband. It's checking in with my daughter. Make certain that they're all good and that we're all on the same page. What are you working on? How can I help you? Are we all in alignment that we are moving our lives forward? And what can I do to support them? This is so key because in our fifth decade, more than likely, we put everybody else ahead of us, right? Ahead of our dreams, ahead of our goals. We've taken care of our spouses, we've taken care of our children, and we're climbing the corporate ladder. And we've forgotten about those things that bring us fulfillment. But it's not selfish for you to think about what brings you fulfillment and to work on it, but always stay connected to those people who you love. Those people who on the journey make the journey joyful and bring love and happiness to your life. You don't want to forget about them as you're pursuing your goals. You want to check in with them. So align with your loved ones to make certain that they're good because you're good as you are on your path to creating the life that you love, not just for yourself, but for them as well. And the third or the fourth letter, had to check my notes. The fourth letter is, for me, the letter C, which means check my fasting. So I intermittent fast every single day, and that's how I maintain my weight. If you know anything about me, you followed me, you know I had a stroke when I was 52 years old, which was just last year. And so I am making certain that I control my weight. And one way to do it is by intermittent fasting. And I love it because it gives me the freedom to eat as many carbs as I want in a certain time frame. And so I don't have to feel limited. But every day I check in to see, well, what time did I stop eating yesterday and what time will I start eating today? Now, some people may say intermittent fasting is not good every single day. And you're absolutely right. It's not. But I don't do it for 17 hours every single day. I only do 17 hours twice a week. The other days, I do between 10 and 12 hours of fasting. So I just make certain that I control what I eat in a certain window. Because, see, I work night shift. So I have to be very careful of when I eat and how I eat. So intermittent fasting for me is important. So I check in with my health. That's all I'm doing. So you decide. If it's not intermittent fasting, maybe it's water. How many glasses of water did you drink? Or how many will you drink? Or what is your weight? And what are you doing to exercise? And how are you controlling the stress in your life? The point is check in with your health. For me, it's intermittent fasting. For you, it could be something else. And the last letter, the letter E, is I'm establishing my intentions. What are my intentions? What do I want to have achieved by the end of the day? Goes back to the goals, right? So I write down 3 intentions that I am going to be able to check off because I love to have a list, put a check, put a line through it, and making me feel like I am productive and I'm making progress. So every day I write it down. Now, you may say, I don't need to write down my intentions, but my sister, you do. You really do, because in your head is crowded. It's crowded with emotions and plans and thinking about the future that you don't always remember what your intentions are, especially as you go throughout your day. And so when you write it down, you're making an imprint in your mind that says that this is important and this is what I'm going to accomplish by the end of the day. So, who needs more grace in their lives, or who wants to extend grace to themselves? I extend grace to myself every single day. Why? Because my life is important. I'm made in the image of the Father. I have purpose. I have great potential. And so I want to live with my life. I want to live my life with great intention. And I'm saying that to you as well. You, my sister, have so much potential. You have so much purpose that you haven't even yet tapped into, but you're in your fifth decade. So start extending yourself some grace so that you walk with purpose and you live your life with great intention. So I just shared with you what I do. Share with me what you do and what area do you need assistance with? Because we're all in the same boat together. We're in our fifth decade, we're rocking and rolling, and we are going to thrive in our 50s and beyond because we're going to be intentional about how we live our life, the habits that we build, and how we spend our time. So let me hear from you in the chat. What do you do every single day that works for you, that helps you to move forward? And if your habits are holding you back, what are you going to do about that? I just gave you a strategy to follow. How will you use it? Well, that's it for this video. Be blessed, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.